So this is my review of the US General 56-inch toolbox that I bought at Harbor Freight. I had to order this box special so that I could get the color I wanted, so I had to call to the store and place an order and then they called me when it came in, and it took like a month. It was kind of a long time, but I wanted this color and this size. Before I bought this box, I looked at a lot of different options, and I essentially narrowed it down to two. It was this one and the Husky one that is at Home Depot, and both were pretty high quality. This one has a higher weight rating, so you can put more weight in it, but the Husky one had a very high weight rating, so it's not, I don't think it'll be detrimental if you get that one. The biggest reason I chose this one was because this drawer right here, it was deep enough. It was deeper than a lot of the Huskies. Some of the Huskies were this deep, and it has two slides on it, two drawer slides instead of just one. A lot of the Husky boxes had one, so those ones I pretty much ruled them out. Some of them did have two in it, but it's really hard, at least it was when I was looking, to make sure that I got the one that had two. Also, I really like that the thin drawers go all the way across and they're the same length as the main drawer right here. That was a big selling point to me to go with this one. I don't like I was looking between this one and the 48 or no 44, I think it is, with the US General 44-inch. In that one, it has this top drawer is exactly the same size, but then they split right here, and with drawers on either side of the split. And that one, I wanted it just like this, where it goes all the way across. So that's why I didn't get, say, I was thinking of getting two 48s or 46s, 44s, two 44-inch boxes, but I really didn't like that feature. I wanted it to be all the way across. I like that the top box, that this drawer is exactly the same size as this drawer, and also that there's a lot more of these drawers that are the same as these ones. So this as a combo was really appealing to me. The reason why I like that this drawer is the same size as this drawer is because then I can, instead of having my sockets split, like a lot of people will put SAE on one side, standard on one side, and then metric on the other. And I just put metric in one drawer and I put standard in the other. Let's get another look. So I really liked with this upper hutch that this drawer is the same size as this drawer, and that means that I can have all my metrics in this size, and then I can put all my standard sockets in this one. I will say that I like this height of this top one. It's really comfortable to open and look inside. It's the right height. I don't have to, for somebody that's getting older, with my eyesight's not as great, it never was, but it's easier to see what's in here without bending over or bending down. And so I might switch and put all my metrics in this one and put all my standards in this one. I might switch this up, but it is nice to have. I mean, that was one thing I was looking at, was, I like that I could put sockets in both of them. They're both deep enough to put sockets. And if you look, let's look at this. If you look at this, first of all, I have, so these are homemade, and they're sitting on 3/4 inch pieces of wood. That's the bottom of this. And So it's 3/4 inch thick, and even with that, this socket right here, let me pull it out. It doesn't, by the way, that doesn't come all the way out. There's at least, well, there's that much that sits under, which I don't like, but what am I going to do about it? But anyways, this socket right here, which is hard to get out, it's pretty big and tall. This is a 36 millimeter, but it still has plenty of room even sitting on. I was worried, but it still has plenty of room to stand up even sitting on this 3/4 inch piece of wood. So that's, I want these deep boxes, these deep drawers here, so that I can put sockets in them and stand them upright. Whereas the Husky had, some of their drawers weren't this deep. They do have some that are this deep. You just have to pay attention when you're buying. So like I was saying, if you look at the drawer slides, they are so this is the top hutch. They're double slides on the top one, or this is the bottom one of the top hutch, and then this one, they're also double. And so again, that's what I wanted. Another thing that's different between this and some of the Husky drawers is that, and some of the Icon boxes, so these drawers, the thickness it's still pretty thin. When I was first looking, I wanted some really thin drawers so that I could, basically the width of a screwdriver, right? So when I had a screwdriver and it's sitting, that it wouldn't be any taller. But these ones are thicker than a screwdriver is, and also you could put a thin wrench or just a normal wrench and lay it flat. So I wanted, when I was first looking, that was something I was looking for, and unfortunately, I ended up getting this one. And I thought I would not like the thickness of these drawers, but turns out I really like them. They're a good compromise. Like here's my pliers, and I can stand them up. Most of them I can stand them up like this instead of having to lay them down, and then because of that I can put more in. Some of them don't, this is too big, so I can't do that. But I can do a lot of them, so I can fit more tools in the drawer. The same goes for, like, if I was looking at these wrenches. If you notice, this is a pretty big wrench, and I'm not standing it straight up, but I could stand it straight up and it would still fit. But it's sitting on this holder, on this organizer, and it's a pretty big wrench, and it fits in this drawer just perfectly. And any much higher than it won't clear. But the way it is here, it clears. So I really like this thickness. Also, I go down another drawer. I have the boxes for the torque wrenches, and they're just barely clear. And so it's really nice that they clear. And so this height, I think, is perfect for this application. I do want to get a toolbox that has thinner drawers, a whole bunch of thin drawers that I can store my drill bits, because my drill bit storage is not as good as it could be. I need an upgrade. So one thing that I thought I wouldn't like and that I would change, and I saw a lot of people on YouTube do mods, so I figured if I wanted to, I can mod it. But there's this lock right here. It won't open if I just pull it. There's a little button or a slide right here on all the drawers, every single one of them. And you have to pull it over, and you can only do it on this side. You can't do it on the other side. But after using it for a year, I have, it's just fine. It doesn't bother me at all. I'll keep it just like it, because I always, it's, it's a habit of, that's how you open the drawer, so I don't forget to do it. Husky's boxes, it's a friction fit, and so you just pull it a little harder and it pops out. It's really nice. There's nothing wrong with it. I think some of the Snap-on boxes, you pull and the handle, the whole bar rotates up, and that unlocks the drawer, and I like that better. But getting a box that does that, the ones on the market, they're a big step in price. I think Tekton makes their boxes like that, and I think that there's like another toolbox maker that's in Canada that does that as well. That's half the price or less than half the price of a Snap-on. So they're just more, at least twice as much as this, or 3 times as much as this box. So I like this. I don't think it's a problem. I like that as I hear it slam and lock, I know that it's not going to open. It also prevents my kids or people that don't know from opening it because they think it's locked. Of course, once they figure it out, then they get into it. So it's not a permanent, but it works just fine, and it's not bothersome like some people think it is. I thought I wouldn't like these side drawers because they were small, and I would have rather that all these drawers just went across. However, now that once I started finding things to put in them, I do like them a lot. I wish that these two were more of these. So like that one would be 2 of these, and that one would be 2 of these to give me more. But I think I might make one of these like my 3/8, or not my 3/4. My 3/4 sockets, because this big one, these 2 aren't enough room for all the sockets I have. So I don't like this bottom size. It's a really big pain. I put cases in it. I used to have my welding helmet, so that's about the size. You can put your welding helmet and some stuff. You can put cases like this, but I like this. To me, I think it's more convenient to store all my cases in one place instead of a bunch of different places, and you can only store a few cases in here, and so you might have more cases. I mean, you can have them in the rest of your toolbox, but I don't. So I don't know, this drawer just, to me, it's not very useful. I mean, you could find something to put in there, but then now you're just, instead of using it the best you can, you're just finding something to put there. So I really don't like this. I don't like that drawer. I don't need to put power tools in it because I don't need to store my power tools in a toolbox. These bottom drawers are bigger, and I thought I would have a hard time finding what to put in there, but it was, once I figured out that I could put these here, and it actually is a lot easier to store these here than somewhere else. So I do like these drawers now because I found what I can use them for. They're just for big power tools with cords, and so you just put them in, and I don't know, it's easy to get them out and store them that way. So I do like those 2 bottom ones. I wouldn't mind it if they were this size and just had more of them. I don't know, but they're working just fine. So the top, I mean, you see I have stuff on it. A lot of people open this up, and I can, because I don't put anything heavy on top. But I store like automotive books and books, and I had some masks in here. keep them from getting dusty. Now I store my PPE somewhere else, but you know, I cannot put, you can't put your drills. My drills won't, even if you put them sideways and lay them down, they don't fit there. Let me show you. So this is too big. It won't close on it. Even if there's just too much stuff here. I might be able to find, let's see if I can find this. Even here, this is the best chance. And it's sitting up. It's not closed all the way. So you can't, I know the Husky box, that was a nice thing about it. I definitely give that one to the Husky. You can put your drills on the top, whereas this you can't. The top's almost useless. You can store sockets up at the top. I've seen people do that. So that would be a good use, or what I'm doing, I guess, putting books and things like that, manuals up there. So just to recap, the biggest selling point why I picked this over the Husky was that I knew I could get this big drawer, and I knew I could get these drawers that were thin, that went all the way. And so that's why I picked this one over the Husky. But the Husky's a great box, and I might, who knows, maybe I'll buy a Husky one because I could use the other, this is more mechanic stuff. I think the Husky one's more for other tools, and I could definitely use it for other tools. I need a lot of storage in my garage, and I have a lot of tools. So anyways, I really like this box. It's been great, and thanks for watching my review.